Good morning. Um, the reason I decided to make this video today is because a lot of things, a lot of things have changed in my life. A lot of things have happened this year for everyone. 2020 has been a year. You hear me? Um, but this has been a special year for me. Um, so I'll be 29 this year, and before I get started, this is just me sharing a few of my experiences in the last year or two that I feel like, at the very least, might help someone. Someone might be going through something right now that seems like they're going through it alone. It's not fair. Why me? Something we all do. One thing even I realize is even me. You know, even me, even though I sit here and and I share one of my experiences to try and help someone, I know I'm a piece of shit. Sometimes, I have moments where I do something stupid, or I do something I don't think through, and I'm getting better and making better decisions and not making decisions with emotion. And the emotion is not bad. It's just learning to, you know, even it all out. Because, and having anger, having all these things are natural, but being able to control your actions while you're upset and not letting it seep out into the external world, and then it starts to affect others. And if you think about when you feel someone with some negative energy come around you, and you just like, oh, you feel it, it immediately hits you. I feel like putting less of that out there, helps us run into that a lot less. Even if you're one less person, that's a lot nicer than everyone else. Think about that. If you're one less person, that's not an asshole. Think about how many assholes you really run into. And think about you being one less of those. How many more people you'll help smile and just enjoy life. Because even me, I'm starting to realize that a lot of things that we were taught growing up, and things that we were shown, kind of put a blockade on certain things. Didn't really explain things through, and kind of set a path that seemed like it was the only one, but it might not be. So I'm really just out here. I've had some experiences this year that have changed my life for 100% the better, and I just wanted to share it a little bit. And one thing I will start with is moving to Texas. Not the Texas, itself, just the opportunity I had when I got the opportunity to come here, and I had a family member, help me out when I first moved here, but I didn't stay long. I got my stuff together, and I got a job and started working, and I saved up and I got a place, and I'm still in that place now. But I had a few jobs along the way and a few stumbles. I had a family member stay with me after I got the place, and I'm a soft-hearted guy. I try and be as nice as I can and help my family member out. And, I've learned not to judge people. Like I said, we all are screwed up in some way. Judging anyone is a mirror of you just judging yourself. So when you see someone that you just don't like, when you see someone they just did something you just can't stand it, it's honestly because you can't stand something about yourself, and they reminded you of yourself. You don't even know them, so how could you be upset with them? And a lot of times people take on responsibility, or the wrong responsibility. Why would you even why? Who cares? Why even care? Why even waste energy on being mad at someone you don't know their name, you don't know what they got going on in their life? It's just wasted energy. Let's use that energy for something to improve ourselves instead of using that energy to put down someone else. Because regardless of what you do and how you do it, you're using energy, good or bad. Energy is being used. We're like a, we're like one of those rechargeable, beings. We're constantly recharging ourselves. Energy is constantly just flowing, flowing, flowing. But not to get off topic too far. This year has been crazy, to say the least. But with the family member, they ended up staying with me for a couple months, and then when I needed to lean on them, after a couple months, I wasn't able to do that. And we're both adults, so I had to, make a judgment call, and I asked them to leave. But before I did, I had some counsel. I went and asked my mom, what I should do. And after talking to her, it was probably best to just let them do their own thing. Some people you want to help, but only they can help them, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with trying to help someone and they're not working, and you just realizing they have to help themselves. Not everyone needs someone's help. Some people just need to hit that point in life where they start helping themselves. I had to do it. I've always given great advice, but have I taken it? Absolutely not. Because it's easier to see if someone else can do it, especially when you don't want to do it. You're like, whatever, you just brush it off. I used to think, what was the point of a lot of things? That was my phrase. What's the point? What? Why would I want to work out? What are you talking about? Why would I want to eat healthy? I like cake. I like sugar. And a lot of things happen. One thing that really clicked with me is like after I got through with the family situation, I was down. I had to stretch. I had to sell some things I was still paying for. And I'm still paying for. And it was tough. I was upset for a minute. But I got through it through the grace of God. God has shown me, to stop trying to do everything on my own. You're only human, son. And I don't know who I thought I was, but the minute you stop trying to do everything, just do a few things. Take care of who you love. Should be yourself under that bracket. Take care of who you love, your family. God, take care, and just live, experience. Don't think so much. I have a bad habit of just overthinking. I've sat there for hours just thinking of doing shit, thinking of doing things. Like, not actually doing things, but thinking. Imagine instead of thinking of wanting to learn Spanish and think about how nice it would be to speak Spanish for like an hour, 2 hours. You just thinking. You were actually on an app or reading a book teaching you Spanish for an hour or two. I be telling myself that. I'm telling myself that right now. Nigga, what if you did that? But one big thing that happened this year is coronavirus, I was in the trenches, you hear me? 2-3 months behind on rent. No income. Filed for unemployment. It took a minute to get on unemployment. Filed for help. Rent help, everything. Lost my car that I had just bought. They kind of got me, It happens. Lesson learned. Do more research on the car you buy next time. Don't be so eager to get something just because it is what it is, Somebody tell you, hey, I got this jet for you, 50. Do some research, because the whole jet thing sound good, get your emotions running. But what if it's a jet that don't run? What if it's a picture of a jet? He just said, I got this jet for you. He didn't say, he didn't even give you too many details. Details are important. Details are very important, even for yourself. Details. If you don't really feel something about yourself, like, you don't like my hair, you can change it. You can cut it. You can do a different. If you don't like your eyebrows, you can trim them. You can. You don't like wearing glasses. They got contacts now, laser surgery. You can change almost anything you don't like about yourself. And I think a lot of times we focus on things we don't like on the outside of ourselves. Man, you can't change. You can't change that. You can't. That's like, that's like you driving your car and you don't like the way someone else driving in front of you or around you, and you just want to like jump in their car and drive for them and you. Like, let me show you how it's done. You just can't do that. But what you can do is when you see someone you don't like how they're driving, you can ease off this particular person or situation, get around, do what you got to do to maneuver around that. So instead of entering this sphere of just energy of something that doesn't agree with the energy you have, quick little detour, and I, take advantage of time. I really understand it, even with like driving has taught me a lot about time, just being patient and letting people do what they do. Like being like, cause you gotta understand, one thing I've learned is if I'm driving and two other people are driving and none of us care about each other, somebody's getting in a wreck. So a lot of times when I'm driving, I'm constantly thinking about other people, how they driving, what they're doing, if they're gonna turn left, whatever. Very respectful when driving. It's not easy. People do some silly things when while they're driving, but I've learned that after seeing a lot of accidents, and I keep in mind seeing a lot of accidents and not being in, big difference, and it humbles you because to be the person to see it instead of the one in it is a blessing in itself if you think about it. I'm gonna let you see an accident. You're always road raging and this motherfucker slow. I'm gonna let you see a couple accidents. It'll change your perspective. But coronavirus, it brought me to my knees. I got closer with God. I started focusing more on myself and less on the outside. Made a few changes in my diet, a few changes in my activities, less of some things, more of others, and I started even some new ones. So I just leave you with just a little bit of, I should say, a little part of me that hopefully can help you. I know we've never met before, and maybe someone watching this, we have met before. And I've probably changed a lot since the last time you saw me, or I probably haven't changed at all. Who knows? At the end of the day, it's all perspective, right? But I just wanted to make this. It definitely wasn't really up to me. It was more kind of a feeling. And I already know when I get a feeling to do something, I've learned to just go with it. A lot of times, a lot of good things be trying to happen to us, but we resist them because it's not something we're really interested in. But a lot of times we need to realize, even me, one thing I've realized, this is not about, it's bigger than you. Who knows who this will help? You don't know until you put it out. You could sing, you could dance, tap, whatever you do. Just put it out. Share it with the world, because at the end of the day, even if someone hates on it, if someone tells you it's shit, I'm like that, who you think you are? Blah, blah, blah. Look, you probably helping them. You put out enough videos of positivity, and they keep clicking on them. Pow! Oh, look at this boy. He doing it again. Pow! Oh, look at this mother. He doing it again. Pow! Oh, he's on it again. Slowly but surely, all your positive energy is just flowing into their negative, and their negative can't get into yours because you're only constantly, you're acknowledging that they're there. But that's it. You're not entertaining that negative energy. You're just focusing on that positive. You're just staying in your lane. You ain't, I appreciate it, brother. I have a next video out next week. Make sure you leave a comment on that one too. You know what I'm saying? Watch the whole thing. You just gotta take the high road. Taking the high road, in a sense, that doesn't always mean, what people think it means. Somebody, disrespect you in the sense, put their hands on you, come in your space. You got to protect yourself, do what you got to do. But, a lot of times it's just energy. You get a sense of someone's energy and you start carrying that home. So they get in the car ready for some shit to the point where that energy rubs up on you and you ready for some shit. But you have to be firm in your energy. Just like with anything else, if you have a belief in something and someone comes along and switches it up on you, you didn't believe it that much. It's okay to hear someone else's perspective, but if you really believe in something, it shouldn't sway your beliefs. If anything, it should add just a little bit more to it, because you could always learn stuff from somebody, always. So, after coronavirus, slowed up a bit. One thing I want to say is I think I might have Went through my whole little thing back in November. I got really. I thought it was. I thought I had the flu back in November. I was working and I was out, and here we are in March, April, and I haven't been sick at all. I'm chilling. I take my vitamins and stuff, and then they come out with the corona, and I was just like, give it to God, because if you've lost someone due to corona, my prayers are with you. I'm just a human being. We lose people, and it sucks for the people who actually are the ones who are losing the people. And I've been blessed to have lost a few in my life, but not recently. And I believe, I'm gonna just focus on what I can control. And I'm not a God. I can control me, what I do, how I do it, and when. Everything else is just a flow. Just a flow. Pick your little. It's like, for my gamers, if you ever created a player, you put the face mask how you wanted, the hat, whatever facial feature, you do what you do. And that over the years it's gotten more and more. You can change your nose, the width. You can do that in real life too. Not physically, but just if you don't like something about you, if you don't like how you speak, if you don't like what you know, if you think you should know more, you can change all that. So instead of looking at the things in society that you don't like, look at the things inside of yourself that you not necessarily don't like, but you feel like you want to improve on or get better at. Maybe you want to be an expert at doing R's. Do it, do it 15, 20 minutes a day, every day. You'll come out the scene, they'll be like, whoa, like you just don't know. People are making careers out of any type of thing nowadays. And it's awesome to see because it's clearly things that they love to do. So with that, I hope I was able to, help someone by sharing some of my experiences. I got a birthday coming up. I'll be 29. And I'll continue to do these as they come. And I got a few things I'm going to start doing as well. I work 2 jobs, but one is kind of part-time right now. So I kind of want to start just streaming some video games on the side as well. And, I just do these whenever they pop up in my head, There's really no schedule right now. This is one of the first ones. I'm pretty sure there'll be more to come. And with that, I hope everyone watching this and everyone not watching this, keep doing you. One thing that you can do is keep moving forward. That's it. Just keep moving forward. There's a whole lot of opinions in the world. But the only one that should matter about yourself is you. Because at the end of the day, only your decisions affect you. Anyone else's decisions, you might not like them. You might not agree with them. You might be a little envious of them, which you shouldn't be. Because the only person you should be focused on is yourself and your situation. If they're in your lane, then they're in your lane. If they're not in your lane, then they're not in your lane. But that's just me. This is Rob. Appreciate you tuning in. And I'll be signing off. Take care.